Welcome to the P's and Q's podcast. I'm your host, Quinay Foray, and I'm living my best life. And I want to help you live your best life. So on today's episode, I want to talk to you guys about a life hack that I've been using to live for free in Los Angeles. But before we get into that, we're going to go into 3 fun facts. And the first fact is going to alert you guys to the fact that I'm a total weirdo, which is fine because we're all family here. We're all friends here. I travel a lot. You guys know that. And if I take my toothbrush from home and I take it with me on my travels, then I cannot bring that toothbrush back to said home. Fact number 2, when I take napkins or paper towels, I always take 3 at a time. 3 napkins out of the dispenser, 3 tissues, 3 paper towels, 3 baby wipes, 3. It is very much a powerful universal number. So maybe it's just because I'm so powerful and universal. And the last one of my favorite hobbies growing up was to rollerblade. I feel like the roller culture has been kind of wiped out in LA. All of our great roller rinks are closing. If you want to roll out with me on Venice Beach one day, I am so down. So, life hack, living for free in Los Angeles. How do I do it? Basically, through real estate. I have a place where my tenants pay the mortgage and I live for free. My parents are both real estate investors. From both sides, they have taught me so much about the real estate game and how I can participate. I was about 35 before I purchased my first property. I want to say that and acknowledge that to encourage anyone who's in the place that they're at feeling like you missed the boat or feeling like you're too old. You're never too old to do something beneficial for yourself, for your family, for your future. So start now. Start wherever you are. Wherever you are is exactly where you're supposed to be, and it's perfect. It's interesting. I was dating this guy a long time ago, and he brought this program to our doorstep, and he said, we have to start this program. We have to sign up. You sign up, I sign up, and both of us are going to go through the program. And basically what this program does is once you complete the program, you qualify for a loan to make a purchase. The loan is no money down, no closing costs, interest rates lower than FHA, and no PMI. PMI is private mortgage insurance. So if you're using, let's say, an FHA loan, they're going to give you a loan with a low down payment, usually around 3%. And because the bank is taking all of that risk, they're going to tack on a private mortgage insurance to ensure that if you default, somebody's going to pay what is owed for the balance of this mortgage. And that can tack on a mini mortgage in and of itself, depending on the price of the property. So this one does not have any PMI. It is called NACA, NACA.com. That is the website. I am not being paid by NACA, although I should be paying NACA because NACA has made so much money for me in my life. I have saved so much money. I have made so much money. I have had so many great experiences that I was able to have because my cost of living is so low. I mean, most people spend half to 2/3 of their income on their living expenses, their mortgage or their rent. And I am truly grateful to say that I can't even say that at all. And it's a blessing, and I'm really grateful. The guy I was dating back then, we both signed up for the program. We signed up for NACA independently. I made an appointment, went to the office, and it was the longest wait. I waited there for over an hour. This is 15 years ago, mind you. Waited for over an hour, talked to the lady at the reception desk, and she said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I think we've misscheduled you." I'm a Virgo, right? I'm very organized and, structured. And I felt like, well, if you guys aren't organized enough to have an appointment for me, then how legit can this be? And that was one of my limitations, thinking that everyone should operate how I am. And I just ghosted the program. Totally forgot about it. Then here I am, maybe some 7 years later, sitting on the patio at my dad's house in Moore Park, and he tells me about one of his friends who's in this program. And her husband are at the last stages, and they're about to buy a property for no money down, no closing costs, interest rates lower than FHA, no PMI. And I'm like, oh, is this NACA? Well, it sure was NACA. And I went and had a conversation with her to ask her about her experience, which had been positive, and it reignited this fire inside of me. And I'm at this stage where I'm really thinking, like, what is my next move? What's my next investment? You know, my parents are both looking at me like, you're right. What is it? Like, what is it? And so I went online, reignited my NACA account, got an appointment, and it was so funny because I went to the office and, you know, you get a user ID number when you first sign up, and my ID is old because I've been in the system for so long and it's the same ID. So everyone's like, wow, you've been around for a long time. Like, what you been doing? You should already have a place. And they are right. I do believe that everything happens in its perfect timing. So I'm grateful that everything fell into place the way it did for me to end up where I was with the program. But I can't help but wonder what would have been different if I hadn't allowed myself to stop going along that journey and along that process. So it's kind of a dichotomy right there. I think it's a powerful place to be, to recognize that sometimes we get in our own way and we create our own limitations that hinder us from great things. Here I am in this NACA program. One of the things that they tell you right in orientation is that this program is person independent. It's not based on your credit score. It's not based on anything but your personal individual factors. And if you are diligent and consistent and you go through this program, you will complete it in your own time. There was one lady at the end of my journey who did it in about a month. And for me, I did it in about 10 months from the time I was able to start searching for properties. And truly, that was a me thing. My credit was not good. Not like it is now. I had a lot of student loan debt on there. I had delinquencies. I was not the most responsible in that stage in my life. And I'm grateful for the beauty of this program. And I'm also grateful for Sherry Mims. She was my counselor. She's no longer with NACA. She's actually retired. But shout out Sherry Mims. You are an angel from God. And I appreciate you in my life for guiding me through this process and through this program and uplifting me and encouraging me to continue. Because look at God. God will send you angels. I'm telling you. For me, I had a few hurdles that I had to overcome. And for things, I had to settle some debts in the sense of speaking to those creditors, making arrangements with them, not necessarily paying off the debt in full at that time, but making agreements with those creditors and getting proof of that. I had to write letters of intent and intention so that they had real clear understanding of what my income is and what my debts are, so that they could use the balance of that to help me qualify for whatever I could qualify for. For me, I knew that I was interested in multifamily, even though residential properties up to 4 units can be considered residential and multifamily. And I wanted a 4-unit building. If you remember the manifestation episode where I talked about sitting in the driveway on the phone with my dad, writing out exactly what I wanted. I knew what I wanted. I wanted a 4-unit building with 1 3-bedroom, 1 2-bedroom, 1 1-bathroom, and a studio. For whatever reason, that's the mix I wanted. That's the mix I got. The beauty in purchasing multifamily properties is that the income generated from those additional units that you're not inhabiting can help you qualify for a larger loan than you may qualify for without that income. So I had a W-2 job. I also had the income from the different properties that I was looking at, and it helped me qualify for something that I may not have been able to qualify for, especially through a conventional loan or maybe even FHA. At the end of my 10 months, I got a NACA approved realtor, and we set out on this journey to find the perfect property. My dad also has an appraisal business, and he always taught me about real estate and how pricing works and markets work. And he's a Virgo too. He's very resourceful, very organized, very wise. And during this process, he told me, I think it's great you have a realtor, and obviously they have great insights and, great tools, but I want you to know that you'll be the one that will find this property. It will be from your efforts. Do not rely on anyone else to bring you exactly what you seek. You go find it for yourself. And I think that lesson for me was so important when it came to this real estate purchase, but also when it comes to life and wisdom, knowledge seeking. Go find the things you seek for yourself. You should be the one. And as you set that intention and you go along that path, the things you seek shall find you, truly. I had my realtor give me access to his MLS, and I set up all of these search parameters and all these little things, and I was looking all the time, and I wasn't seeing exactly what I wanted. And then one day I saw this property that was perfectly, literally like $1,000 below my budget. 4-unit building with a 3-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, a 1-bedroom, and a studio in the valley, which I like the valley. It's wholesome and treesome. And we made an offer on that place, and I knew it was mine. When I saw the picture, I just knew it. I felt it in my whole heart and my whole soul. I was like, this is mine. God is telling me it's mine. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Like, this is happening. And my agent came back and said that they had accepted another offer. So confused because what? This is so mine. Looked at some other places, made some other offers, got an offer accepted on a plane to Baltimore. My agent calls and he says, strangest thing, they called back and they asked if you're still interested. I said, lock it down, book it. And we did. One of the beautiful things about NACA is that you can also build in your rehab budget. So this place was so beautiful. 3 of the units were already inhabited. 1 of the units was vacant, which was great because that was a qualification, because if I'm saying I'm going to be owner occupied, then I need a unit that I can occupy. So that worked out well. The unit that I intended to occupy, let's just say it did not meet my standards. When you're a visionary and you can see the future, you can create whatever you want. It had a solid foundation that could be built upon. So in the budget I had, fix the roof, fix the termites, remodel this entire unit. Literally gutted it. New floors, new ceilings, new lights, new electrical, new plumbing. I mean, literally everything from the rooter to the tutor, as they say. But what a blessing that that was all included in there. And I'm so grateful to have been able to manifest something that not only helps give back and allow people to have a beautiful home and a beautiful space that's safe and full of love and light for their families, as well as support my life. It's accruing and equity, and you can do so many things with that. And I want to shout out the whole NACA crew, the whole NACA team for creating such a program for people. It's a U.S. program, so you can live anywhere in the United States, and I encourage everybody to give it a shot. I'm here to be an advocate and answer any questions you guys have. Like I said, I don't work for NACA. I don't earn anything from NACA. They don't even know I'm doing this. But when things are good to you, when people are good to you, you just got to shout them out. And I really believe in creating wealth and generational wealth. And I think real estate is one of the best ways to accomplish that. And I encourage all of you to set out on your journey. They also have a program for homeowners who need help refinancing their homes. I'm not very familiar with the details of that program, but you can find everything you need on NACA.com. That's NACA.com. And hey, drop a comment below. Have you tried NACA, or are you going through the process? What is your experience? Or are there other programs out there that we need to know about? We need to know these things. So please share. As always, I love and appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for your love and shining your light on me.